Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, that is RNH Education, and I am Ravindra, and my today's topic is history for WBCS, and here I have selected 25 questions from Indian history. So let us start the slide. Okay, start now. First one, the question number 1. Who is the founder of Haryanka Dynasty? Options are A. Ajatashatru, B. Harshavardhan, C. Bimbishar, D. Dhanand. Okay, now see the answer. The answer is option C, that is Bimbishar. Initially, the capital was Rajgriha. Later, it was shifted to Patliputra near the present-day Patna in India. The founder of this dynasty was Bimbishar himself. According to the Buddhist text, the Mahavamsha, Bimbishar was anointed king by his father at the age of 15. Now I am going to the next one. The next question, that is question number 2. The revolutionary like Ashfaqullah Khan, Chandrasekhar Azad, Ramprasad Bismil, Roshan Singh and Rajendra Lahiri were all associated with. Options are A. The Kakori Conspiracy Case 1925, B. 1857 Revolt, C. Chauri Chaura Case, D. The Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. Now see the answer. The answer is option A, that is the Kakori Conspiracy Case, that was in 1925. The Kakori conspiracy or the Kakori train robbery or Kakori case was a train robbery that took place between Kakori and near Lucknow on 9th August 1925 during the Indian independence movement against the British Indian government. The robbery was organized by Hindustan Republican Association, in short HRA. Now I am going to the next slide. The next one, that is question number 3. The Moplah Rebellion in 1921 in Malabar was Muslim peasants' rebellion against. Options are A. Muslim landholders, B. The British government authority, C. The non-tribal outsiders, and D. Hindu landholders. Okay, so now see the answer. The answer is option D, that is Hindu landholders. Hindu landholders, the Malabar Rebellion, also known as the Moplah Rebellion, and Moplah Lahaja, there is a typing error. Okay, friends, please, I'm sorry for this. Okay, also known as the Moplah Rebellion, was an armed uprising in 1921 against British authority in the Malabar region of southern India by Moplahs, and the culmination of a series of Mapila revolts that occurred throughout the 19th century and early 20th century. Okay, now going to the next slide, and the next one, that is number 4. The Rowlatt Act was passed in. Options are A. 1905, 1913, 1919, 1925. Now see the answer. The answer is option C, that is 1919. The Anarchical and Revolutionary Crimes Act of 1919, popularly known as the Rowlatt Act or Black Act, was a legislative act passed by the Imperial Legislative Council in Delhi on 10th March 1919, indefinitely extending the emergency measures of preventive indefinite detention with a trial and judicial review, enacted in the Defense of India Act 1915 during the First World War. Now going to the next one, the next slide, that is question number 5. Mahatma Gandhi launched Kheda Satyagrah on Gujrat in 1918 to support the cause of. Options are A. Mill owners, B. Landlords, C. The peasants, and D. Coal rebellion. Now see the answer. The answer is, that is option C, that is the peasants. In Kheda Satyagrah in 1918 in the Kheda district of Gujrat, India, during the period of the British Raj, was a Satyagrah movement organized by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. It was a major revolt in the Indian independence movement. It was the third Satyagrah movement after Champaran Satyagrah and Ahmedabad mill strike. Gandhi organized this movement to support peasants of the Kheda district. People of Kheda were unable to pay the high taxes levied by the British due to crop failure and a plague epidemic. Now going to the next one, the next slide, that is question number 6. The East India Association was set up in the year. Options are A. 1866, B. 1857, C. 1836, and D. 1885. Now see the answer and explanation. The answer is option A, that is 1866. The East India Association was founded by Dadabhai Nauroji in 1866 in collaboration with Indians and retired British officials in London. It superseded the London Indian Society and was a platform for discussing matters and ideas about India and to provide representation for Indians to the government. Now going to the next slide. 7. Who established the Hindu Dharma Sangrakshini Sabha in the year 1893? Options are A. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, B. Raja Ram Mohan Rai, C. Dayanand Saraswati, and D. Damodar and Balkrish Chapekar. Okay, now see the answer. The answer should be option D. Okay, the answer is option D, Damodar and Balkrishna Chapekar. Two brothers, Damodar and Balakrishna Chapekar, began to process of revolutionary activities in India. They formed the Hindu Dharma Sangrakshini Sabha in 1893 and started celebrating the birthday of Shivaji, and that is Ganesh Utsav. Now going to next slide. The next one, that is question number 8. Bande Matram was a series of articles published in the year 1907 by, options are A. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, B. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, D. Damodar Chapekar, and D. Balkrishna Chapekar. Okay, now see the answer. The answer should be B. The answer is option B, Sri Aurobindo Ghosh. Bande Matram was a series of articles published in the year 1907 by Sri Aurobindo Ghosh. Now going to next slide, that is question number should be 9. Who was admired as the tempestuous Hindu in 1893 in the World Parliament of Religious in Chicago? Options are A. Swami Dayanand Saraswati, B. R.N. Tagore, C. Gautam Buddha, and D. Swami Vivekanand. Now see the answer. The answer should be D. It is a very common question. The answer is the option D, Swami Vivekanand. Swami Vivekanand represented India and Hinduism at the Parliament of the World's Religions, that was in 1893. This was the first World's Parliament of Religions, and it was held from 11 to 27 September in 1893. Now going to next slide, that is question number 10. Who were associated with Indian League established in 1875 in Calcutta? Options are A. Shishir Kumar Ghosh and Aurobindo Ghosh, B. that is Kali Mohan Das and Aurobindo Ghosh, option C, that is Shishir Kumar Ghosh and Shambhu Charan Mukherjee, and D. none of these. Let's see the answer. The answer is option C, that is Shishir Kumar Ghosh and Shambhu Charan Mukherjee. Shishir Kumar Ghosh and Shambhu Charan Mukherjee were associated with Indian League established in 1875 in Calcutta. Going to next slide, that is question number 11. Who called Subhash Chandra Bose as Desh Nayak? Options are Lala Lajpat Rai, B. R.N. Tagore, C. Mahatma Gandhi, and D. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Now see the answer. The answer is option B, that is R.N. Tagore. R.N. Tagore called Subhash Chandra Bose as Desh Nayak. Now I am going to the next slide. The next one, that is question number 12. The prominent leaders of Indian Association, which was established in Bengal in July 26, 1876 were, options are Anand Mohan Bose and Surendranath Banerjee, option B, Shishir Kumar Ghosh and Kali Mohan Das, option C, that is Kali Mohan Das and Shambhu Chand Mukherjee, and option D, Shambhu Chand Mukherjee and Jogesh Chandra Dutt. Now see the answer. The answer is option A, that is Anand Mohan Bose and Surendranath Banerjee. The Reform Association faction on July 26, 1876 established a Bharat Sabha with Bengali leaders like Surendranath Banerjee, Shivanath Shastri, Anand Mohan Bose, etc. and held its first annual conference in Calcutta, initially under, you can omit it. Now the next one, that is question number 13. Who called Government India Act 1935 a charter of slavery? Options are A. Mahatma Gandhi, B. Subhash Chandra Bose, C. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and D. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Now see the answer. The answer should be D. The answer is option D, that is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru called the Government of India Act 1935 a charter of slavery. Important one. Next question, that is question number 14. The Indian National Congress passed Quit India resolution at, options are Wardha session 1942, Bombay session 1934, Tripuri session 1939, and Ramgarh session 1940. Okay, now see the answer. It should be option A. It is option A, Wardha session, that is 1942. On August 8, 1942, at the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. The next day, Gandhi, Nehru, and many other leaders of the Indian National Congress were arrested by the British government. Going to next slide. Next one, that is question number 15. Wavell Plan, essentially dealing with Indian demand of self-rule and reconstitution of Viceroy's Council, was put forth by Lord Wavell in options are A. 1935, B. 1942, C. 1945, and D. 1943. Now see the answer. The answer is 1945. Wavell Plan, essentially dealing with Indian demand of self-rule and reconstitution of Viceroy's Council, was put forth by Lord Wavell in 1945. Going to next slide. That is question number 16. The third person who presented himself for individual Satyagraha launched by Mahatma Gandhi in October 1940 was, options are Brahmadatta, B. Acharya Vinoba Bhave, C. Jawaharlal Nehru, and D. None of these. Now see the answer. The answer is option A, that is Brahmadatta. The first Satyagrahi selected was Acharya Vinoba Bhave, very important, who was sent to jail when he spoke against the war. Second Satyagrahi was Jawaharlal Nehru, and third was Brahmadatta, one of the inmates of the Gandhi's ashrams. Now the next one, the next question and next slide. Question number 17. When Japan handed over Andaman Nicobar Island to Subhash Chandra Bose in November 1943, he named these islands as, options are Shahid Island and Samaj Island respectively, B. Samaj Island and Swaraj Island respectively, option C. Swaraj Island and Shahid Island respectively, and option D. Shahid Island and Swaraj Island respectively. It should be D. Now see the answer. The answer is option D, that is Shahid Island and Swaraj Island respectively. When Japan handed over Andaman Nicobar Islands to Subhash Chandra Bose in November 1943, he named these islands as Shahid Island and Swaraj Island respectively. Now the next question, that is question number 18. Subhash Chandra Bose became the Supreme Commander of Indian National Army in, options are 1932, 1935, 1943, and D. 1945. It should be 1943. Now see the answer. The answer is option C, that is 1943. Subhash Chandra Bose became the Supreme Commander of Indian National Army in 1943. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd January in 1897. He was an Indian nationalist who formed the Indian National Army to fight against the British government. Now going to the next one, the next question, that is question number 19. Lord Mountbatten put forth the plan proposing the partition of India and the creation of Pakistan on, options are on May 3, 1947, option B on June 3, 1947, option C on July 3, 1947, and option D on August 3, 1947. I think it should be option B, June 3. See the answer. The answer is option B, on June 3, 1947. On June 3, 1947, immediately after his return to India, Lord Mountbatten announced his plan for solving the present impasse. Before the plan was publicized, Lord Mountbatten had obtained the consent of the Congress and Sikh leaders and also of Mr. M.A. Jinnah. Now the next one, the next question, that is question number 20. When Quit India resolution was passed in 1942, the Viceroy of India was, options are Lord Linlithgow, option 2 Lord Wavell, option C Lord Wellington, and D Lord Mountbatten. I think it should be Lord Linlithgow. See the answer. The answer is option A, that is Lord Linlithgow. Lord Linlithgow took his office on 18th April 1936 and leave on October 1, 1943. Cripp's mission visited India and Quit India resolution was passed in his tenure. Next one, the next question, that is number 21. Who founded Anushulin Samiti in 1905 in Dhaka? Options are A. Shambhuchand Mukherjee, B. Kalimohan Das, option C. Barindra Ghosh and Bhupendranath Dutt, option D. Jogesh Chandra Dutt, option E. Pulin Bihari Das. I think in Dhaka it should be option E, that is Pulin Bihari Das. Now see the answer. The answer is option E, that is Pulin Bihari Das. Dhaka Anushulin Samiti was a branch of the Anushulin Samiti founded in the city of Dhaka in November 1905. Initially a group of 80 under the leadership of Pulin Bihari Das, it spread like wildfire throughout the province of East Bengal. More than 500 branches were opened, linked by a close and detailed organization to Pulin's headquarters at Dhaka. It absorbed smaller groups in the province and soon overshadowed the parent organization in Calcutta. Very interesting. Next one. The next question, that is number 22. Sarojini Naidu was elected Congress president at, options are Horipura 1938, option B Bombay 1934, option C Madras 1927, and option D, that is Kanpur session 1925. I think Sarojini Naidu, it should be option D, 1925. See the answer. The answer is option D, that is Kanpur session 1925. In 1925, Sarojini Naidu presided over the annual session of Indian National Congress at Kanpur. In 1929, she presided over East African Indian Congress in South Africa. She was awarded the Kaiser-i-Hind Medal by the British government for her work during the plague epidemic in India. Okay. Now the next one. The next question, that is number 23. In 1918, who founded Ahmedabad Textile Labor Association? Options are A. Annie Besant, option B. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, option C. Mahatma Gandhi, and option D. Muhammad Ali Jinnah. I think it should be C, that is Mahatma Gandhi. Sorry. And the next, and see the answer. The answer is option C, that is Mahatma Gandhi. In the year 1918, father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, along with Anaswa Sarabhai and Shankarlal Bankar, founded the Ahmedabad Textile Labor Association. Okay. Now the next one, the next question, that is question number 24. In 1942, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill sent Wavell Mission to India, Cripps Mission to India, Mount Mission to India, August offer. I think 1942 it should be Cripps Mission in India. Now see the answer. The answer is B, that is Cripps Mission to India. On 11 March 1942, Prime Minister Winston Churchill announced that Sir Stafford Cripps, a member of the British cabinet, would be sent to India from 22nd March to 11th April to work out a formula for Indians' participation in the war and partial transfer of power acceptable to all three, the Hindu and Muslim parties in India as well as the British forces. His negotiating mandate was a draft declaration, a document on which the war cabinet had agreed after a long discussion, laying out a middle ground acceptable to the British, including self-government after the war. And going to the next question and the last one, that is number 25. The demand officially made by the Congress for a Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution of India was accepted in principle by the British government in what is known as, options are A. Cripps Mission 1942, option B. Government of India 1935, option C. Independent India 1947, option D. August offer 1940. I think it should be August offer 1940. See the answer. The answer is option D, that is August offer 1940. August offer of 1940. M.N. Roy. Roy means M.N. Roy, a pioneer of the communist movement in India and an advocate of radical democracy. It became an official demand of the Indian National Congress in 1935. C. Rajagopalachari voiced the demand for a Constituent Assembly on 15 November 1939 based on adult franchise and was accepted by the British in August 1940. Okay. Thank you friends for watching my channel. Thank you so much. Keep watching my channel. And if you find anything, any mistake in, there should be a typing error or the answer error. If you find so, please feel free to mention it in your comment section. I promise I definitely check it. Okay. And I will, in the next video, I will try to remove it. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you once again. Thank you so much. Thank you.